This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Christmas is a holiday season celebrated on the 25th of December every year. It is a beautiful time of the year for many Christians worldwide. Christmas was first celebrated 3 centuries ago with the intention of displacing the pagan Saturnalia jubilations of the winter solstice. Initially, little attention was paid to this important celebration of the year, as the original nativity occurred no later than September, when the notable star-struck shepherds would have spent their night with their flock in the fields. I decided to visit New York City during last year's Christmas festive season. The city is one of the world's biggest and most attractive holiday destinations. The experience I had in New York City is an event I will never forget. New York City is ranked in the top 10 among holiday destinations in the world. According to Adams, New York City is a place of recreation. Christmas holiday is a fantastic event, which even the New Yorkers, who are mainly tourists, consider choosing New York City as a holiday destination. I was mesmerized by the city's arrangements and atmosphere, which was full of a colorful holiday spirit as everyone enjoyed the celebrations to the fullest. I observed certain things that were magical and dreamlike concerning New York City. As I began enjoying my holiday, I realized there were many fascinating and unique things to experience. I observed many things that dazzled the city, particularly during this time of the year. For instance, the city has become very bright and more embroidered than most cities in the United States. I watched the city glow with the catching spirit of a real festive season. The most flamboyant scenic areas were colored with Christmas lights, which were visible outside the Macy's, showing the Empire State Building from the background. In addition, everywhere in the city looked pretty and spectacular, with Christmas trees and other holiday attractions popping up around the city. The other important observation I made was that the city becomes a winter wonderland during Christmas Eve. It was very thrilling to observe the snow blankets covering the streets of Manhattan and crowds moving up and down at the exquisite window displaying adorned stores along Fifth Avenue. It was also exhilarating to see the ice skaters glide across the Rockefeller Center skating rink with a view of the Christmas tree glowing beneath the city skyline. The other enjoyable activity that I actually saw was drummers performing impromptu concerts on the streets of New York. On the other hand, the streets were packed with vendors who were always handing out free drinks. Actually, the city is a big place to encounter in just a few days. When I made a comparison of the city with other cities in developing nations, I noted that the streets within the city are also packed with street people, who remain a point to note as a social problem in most societies. As I walked down the streets, I saw street boys and girls and people sleeping in doorways or trash bins. Some could have the courage to talk to travelers politely. Some of these experiences made my holiday a bit uncomfortable. The next encounter was that everyone, from a Wall Street banker to a starving homeless person, shares the street. This is the negative side of New York, which I experienced. Despite its dark sides, New York City is ranked as one of the top cities in the United States. In addition, the city has holiday traditions that have existed for many centuries. The traditions include the Rockefeller Christmas tree. The history of the Christmas tree follows the Great Depression, when construction site employees were required to put up a small tree. Later, the tree grew into a massive evergreen tree that graced the Rockefeller Plaza, which became the center of attraction during the December holiday. The other important tradition that has granted New York City its position as a holiday destination includes the Radio City Music Hall and the City Christmas Spectacular. There are many events that are arranged for the Christmas season on a yearly basis. In addition to these traditions, the other important feature of New York City as a holiday destination is Fifth Avenue. Luckily enough, I got an opportunity to participate in a boat ride. It was beautiful watching the sparkling waters with the salty air rising. In addition, it was also fascinating to see the seagulls gliding overhead. I was exhilarated by a glimpse of the Manhattan skyline with all its picturesque This was one of the fantastic moments during my experience during the adventure visit to New York City. I also spared some hours to visit the museum, which was mainly used on weekends for recreation purposes. The other exciting moment during my visit to New York City was the trip to Macy's, which is situated along 34th Street. During the holiday season, I followed Union Square and made my way to the 8th floor, which is commonly known as Santa Land. The place makes a visitor feel welcome because of the wonderfully friendly elves that receive visitors and provide direction through the whimsical land of snowy terrain, which is characterized by dancing bears and puppets. I got an opportunity to see Santa Claus, who had cheeks like roses, a nose resembling a cherry, and beards that were white as snow. Santa Claus was warm and gracious, addressed children, and gave them presents. After the encounter with Santa Claus, I made my next move towards Herald Square to join others to watch the vintage New York. I did most of the window shopping at Macy's, which is situated at the corner between 5th Avenue and 58th Street. Macy's ranks top as one of the most celebrated toy stores, which brings out the child in everyone. I also liked the support of the staff and other employees who kept everything running smoothly, in spite of the presence of a big crowd who attended the festive season. In conclusion, New York City is a place for luxury for New Yorkers, endowed with so many New York hotels providing fabulous Christmas travel offers. The city boasts the best 5-star hotels in the world. In addition, most of the hotels in New York City offer lower prices during the festive season. Hence, I managed to afford and experience the luxury New York City hotel, known as the Midtown Manhattan Hotel. The hotel is situated in close proximity to the Rockefeller Christmas tree and the Grand Central Terminal. Other recreation places next to the hotel include the Radio City Music Hall Spectacular and the Rockefeller Ice Rink. My Christmas holiday experience in New York City has been one of the most interesting adventures in my life. I will cherish telling and encouraging my friends and children because freelance writing has a perfectly sweet ending. If you want to find more works like this essay on Christmas celebration in New York City, head over to ivypanda.com. It has a collection of samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects.